Welcome to Movie Time, where we dive into the latest movie recaps and TV series spoilers. Let's get started. O'Hara arrives at the Cotswolds to point out the obvious to Kevin, Conrad, and Maeve. There's a rat in the family. Additionally, Fisk is working 24/7 to break the family from the inside. Maeve is way too confident that nothing can cause him to come apart at the seams, even though she's clearly the one who has thrown the Harrigans into a whirlwind of trouble. Conrad goes on one of his unhinged rants about how ruthless he is, which is pretty goddamn pointless given he is unable to figure out that the one stabbing him in the back is his own wife. FYI, that's the point of the monologue and the entirety of Conrad as a character. He can kill two gangs at once, as seen in the opening scene of the first episode. He can have Paul put C4 in his enemy's wife's car, and he is capable of cutting out tongues, eyes, and whatnot. However, Conrad can't seem to understand that he is being played like a fiddle by Maeve. Right after all this, there's a scene where Maeve claims that she got a text from Richie saying that he is Brendan and Serafina, and Conrad literally asks her to show him the text. What does Maeve do? She turns the whole thing into a, "You don't trust me? If you need to check my phone to trust me, we are over routine that every toxic romantic partner out there does." Now, given how observant and cunning Conrad is, he should discard all the insinuations about Harry and the DeSouzas being the rats and put Maeve under the spotlight and ask her some tough questions. Will he do it? Based on his past behavior, I very much doubt it. Maeve's refusal to show her phone is such a blatant admission of guilt that I can't believe she has been trying to convince Eddie that she is some unbeatable criminal mastermind. Things aren't looking so well for Harrigan children Serafina and Brendan on MobLand. When we last left the series, their precious gemstone deal in Antwerp is hijacked and the pair are taken captive. Can Harry rescue them before they become the family's first casualties in the war with Richie Stevenson? The Crossroads does a good job expanding the world of MobLand. So far, we have predominantly stayed within the orbit of the two main families with glimpses of other parts of the underworld here and there. The episode introduces two new gangs that add color, character, and more grime. The international organizations also put into perspective the influence, or lack thereof, the Harrigan family wields. Though they may be a big fish in a small pond in London, they may not be as big of a deal on the world stage. Harry's heroics take center stage once again. He is a one-man wrecking crew, working his way one step at a time closer to the captured Harrigan members. The action draws you in and is intense, raw, and clinical. It perfectly matches with the gritty nature and aesthetics of the series. It may seem repetitive that Harry has a contact or a plan to solve every problem that comes his way. It comes with the territory because he is a professional fixer. His latest scheme has a little more intrigue because rather than outsmarting or intimidating someone into submission, Harry seemingly makes a personal sacrifice to get things done. It's curious to see how that affects him in the future, and MobLand has been creating an aura of mystery surrounding his new friends. More importantly, the episode makes the protagonist mortal. Despite his skills and quick thinking, Harry isn't infallible. There is now more of an unpredictability factor, so the series isn't a cut-and-dry gang war. At a time when the war is escalating, the stakes are higher, and anything could happen. For a story featuring warring families, violence is expected on MobLand. However, there are some scenes that take it too far. Sure, it's to demonstrate the sadistic nature of Richie and his allies, but it comes off more as excessive and gratuitous. At least the camera pans away during the more graphic moments, but it's all a little too much torture porn. Even for how quick the scene is still too jarring. The Crossroads builds upon the dark underworld, introducing more gangs while featuring the protagonist in both heroic and imperfect ways. To stay in the loop with all the latest recaps, reviews, and behind-the-scenes insights, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.